Hello, my name is Vedanjan. I'm a legal intern with Lexis & Company. In this video, we will discuss some legal affairs, some legal updates happening around the country. In this video, we will specifically look at how the Supreme Court is trying to redefine sedition law with special reference to media rights in mind. Today, the Supreme Court expressed concerns at the regularity with which sedition charges were slapped against print and electronic media for publishing views critical of the establishment or the government, and said it would decide the ambit of the colonial era provision in the IPC, keeping in view the media rights to freedom of speech and expression. The bench, comprising of Justice D.Y. Chandrachud, Honorable Justice L.N. Rao and Justice S.R. Bhatt, said that we are of the view that the ambit and parameters of the provisions of Section 124A, 153A and 105 of the IPC 1860 would require interpretation, particularly in the context of the right of the electronic and print media to communicate news and information, even those that may be critical of the prevailing regime in any part of the nation. The court's resolve to more closely define the law on sedition will be widely welcomed, given the perception that it can become a handy tool to silence dissent and political opponents, and that the provisions should be invoked only in rare cases where there is a plot against the state or the intent to harm the integrity of the nation. This order came on petitions filed by two Telugu TV news channels called TV5 and ABN, challenging Andhra Pradesh Police's decision to suo motu lodge an FIR on May 14 under Section 124A, 153A and 105 of the IPC against them for broadcasting the views of the ruling party rebel MP named Krishnam Raju, who was critical of the Chief Minister Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy's COVID-19 management policy. The court stayed any coercive action against the TV channels. So the facts of the case were, the Raju was made the main accused in the FIR and arrested on May 14. He was granted bail by the Supreme Court as the Army Medical Hospital reports indicated that he could have been subjected to custodial torture. The TV channels had also moved another set of petitions seeking initiation of contempt proceeding against Andhra Pradesh Police for violating a Supreme Court's April 30th order seeking the DGPs of the state not to take coercive action against anyone who put up critical social media posts against the government relating to COVID-19 management. The bench, after hearing senior advocates Shyam Diwan and Siddharth Luthra, protected the two Telugu TV channels and their personnel from any coercive action by the Andhra Pradesh Police on the basis of the FIR lodged against them for broadcasting Raju's critical remarks against the ruling party or the ruling government. The petitioners accused Andhra Pradesh Police of violating the Supreme Court's April 30th order, which said that it is with deep distress that we note that individuals seeking help on such platforms have been targeted by alleging that the information posted by them is false and has only been posted on social media to create panic, defame the administration or damage the national image. We do not hesitate in saying that such targeting shall be condoned, and the central government and state governments should ensure that they immediately cease any direct or indirect threats of prosecution and arrest of citizens who air grievances or those that are attempting to follow citizens receive medical aid. Issuing a contempt warning, Justice Chandrachud-led bench had said if this does keep happening even after the current order, this court will be constrained to use the powers available to it under its contempt jurisdiction. We also direct that all directors of the Director General of Police shall ensure compliance down the rank of the police force within their jurisdiction. Listing the police for hearing after 6 weeks, the bench asked the Andhra Pradesh government on Monday to file its response within 4 weeks. Thank you.